All right. Now let me know if in fact you can see me, because I can see myself. And 9:34. All right, Severina, let me know if you can see me. So I'm going to text, and I apologize. Little technical difficulty going on here. So this is what it looks like because it's all coming together. All right. So let me start over. So this morning I'm getting ready. So welcome everybody. Really thrilled to have you here this morning. This morning I'm getting ready, and you're putting my makeup and getting dressed, and I go to put my earrings on, and I am just searching everywhere. I'm looking in my makeup bag, I'm looking in my jewelry bag, and thinking, I know I had them in my hand, and I'm just tearing everything apart. And all of a sudden I get a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I realize they're hanging from my ears. And I had to laugh, because what I realized is that this is such a perfect illustration for the topic that I'm bringing you today on this live broadcast, which is the necessity of support, having somebody outside ourselves helping us, because we're in the frame and there are things that we just can't see because it's us. So ask yourself, have you ever heard yourself saying things like, I should be able to do this on my own, or if I get help from somebody else, it doesn't really count. Or I read all the books and I go to all the seminars, and you're successful. And here's the thing, there's lots of areas where you're successful, and there just seems to be this one piece where, you just can't break past a certain point, and you would love to be able to break past a certain point. But, there's something about raising your hand and asking for help that you stop yourself. Well, what I want to help you understand today is to realize that it is such a powerful thing to raise your hand and ask for help. In fact, it has been one of the most powerful things that I have done for myself. And to give you 3 reasons why successful people allow help in their lives. So if you're resonating with this, whether you're watching this live or the replay, drop some thumbs up and some hearts in the comment section. And if you want my notes, they're right here. And more information about my upcoming masterclass, put the word help in the comment section, and we will make sure that we get both of that to you. My name is Felicia Searcy. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. I have had the honor of helping, supporting, mentoring thousands of people around the world build out lives that they love. And it is my joy to be here as your partner in believing as we walk through this material, as I help you create a life that you absolutely love. All right. Yes, 3 reasons why needing help is actually a good thing. So you know this. You look at your life and you're really successful. Outside looking in, you're the one that people are going to help for. You're the one that people are asking to give them guidance and to listen to and to give them support. Yet it may even be this secret thing where there's this area of your life where you just haven't been able to get it figured out. And somehow asking for help may taint it, or you may not feel like it's a good investment or that you're worthy of help. Well, let's put the Lone Ranger syndrome to rest, because this is where I was. Outside looking in, my life was great. Truly, there was nothing that I wanted for nothing. And I truly was the person that people were coming to for help, for support, for guidance. And I was able to give a high degree of help, support, and guidance. And yet, there was an area that was just such a sticking point for me. No matter how hard I worked, no matter how much I studied, and I was studying on my own, no matter how many seminars and workshops I went to, I could not unlock those secrets on my own. And I remember reaching that point of frustration. And I gave myself the gift of feeling it strong enough that I became willing to do it differently. And this is when I reached out for support. Now, I didn't reach out to just anybody. There were 3 qualifications I was looking for. I wanted somebody who understood how our results are created, that there is a system. And I had a sense that there was a system. I just hadn't figured it out yet. And I wanted somebody who understood it. And how did I know they understood it? It was because I could see it in their life. I could see the evidence in their life. And I wanted somebody who cared deeply about whether or not I got this. And when I found that person, when I found my person, which has been Mary Morrissey for the last 8 years, in fact, I just spent 2 days in a highly calibrated container of support, going deeper into these laws. And I made the decision to invest highly, and I mean highly, in myself. Anyway, because I can't imagine anything being more important than investing in my awareness. My life the trajectory of my life just took off. And you all have heard my results. I mean, I've shared those on live broadcast and in master classes. But the thing that really stuck for me was realizing I don't ever want to do this on my own again. It's just too much work. It's too much struggle. And I don't have to do it on my own. And you don't have to do it on your own. So I am like an evangelist for allowing somebody to support you. And again, the 3 qualifications: somebody who understands how our results are created, who proves it in their own life, and cares deeply about whether or not you truly succeed. So let me give you 3 reasons why needing help is really a good thing. All right, reason number 1. And by the way, if you're resonating with this at all, or you've discovered this for yourself, or you're ready for support, drop some hearts and some thumbs up and right on. That's such a 70s thing, right? Right on. Showing my age there in the comment section. And if you want my training notes and to get information to register for my masterclass, drop the word help into the comment section, and my team and I will make sure that we get that to you. All right, 3 reasons why needing help is a good thing. Number 1, all successful people realize the necessity for support. Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich, talks about how he looked at the habits of the most successful people in the United States back at the turn of the last century. And one of the things that he discovered was that every single one of them had support and a mentor around them. In fact, his mentor was Andrew Carnegie. He talks about how Henry Ford's mentor was Thomas Edison. That Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and Henry Ford used to get together and mastermind and mentor each other. Also, the whole fallacy, particularly those of us in the United States, and I know there are people watching this from around the world, but particularly those of us in the United States, we have this crazy fallacy. I mean, there's this image of the Marlboro Man, which, by the way, died of lung cancer. The lone figure trotting off into the distance, like this independent American spirit. It's a fallacy. It is absolutely a fallacy. Nobody did it on their own. Anybody who has achieved a degree of success, you can see their mentors, their guides, their coaches lined up behind them. And when people reach what seems to be their pivotal level, they don't turn to those people and say, thanks for your help, but from here, I got it. They actually lean in even more and embrace even more support for themselves. So when I look at the people that I want to emulate, the people that I truly look up to, I ask, what are their habits? What are the things that they do to create the level of success that they've created? And when I see that they do something, I say, you know what? I need to take that on for myself. And I see my mentors enrolling and enlisting the help of their guides, their mentors, their mastermind partners, and not mastermind partners in terms of peers, which is a remarkable thing, but having somebody who's walked ahead that can help facilitate that group. So number one, a wonderful reason to be at a place where you need to support is that you're in really good company. You're in really good company. I mean, top athletes have support and a mentor and a coach for every area of their life. You know, when I look at another one of my mentors is Sandra Yancey, and she founded eWomen and has created a terrific level of success. So she is impacting hundreds of thousands of women around the globe. You know, and she talks about having a mentor. Laura Herring is her mentor, and she spends time, very specific time, hanging out with Laura to help her go to her next level of success. So one reason, a really good reason to want help is that you're hanging out with really good company. Number two, let me go find number two in my notes. All right, number two. So let me back up with that one. I also need to say, one of the scariest things that I have ever done for myself was to enroll help, was to raise my hand and say, I'm worth this. My dream is worth this. And when I look at the level of investment that I made and continue to make, in fact, I just did it for another year, it challenges me to stare down an erroneous yet fundamental belief that says there are better uses for this money, or whatever it is. There's better uses for this time. There's better uses for fill in the blank. That kind of thinking is the very, very reason why we need support around us. Number one, it suggests that there's something more important than your own development. And number two, it suggests that there is a limit to how much good there is available in this universe. Allowing myself to be supported has really caused me to challenge that belief and replace it with a belief of abundance and that I truly live and move and have being in a stream of infinite supply. And there's nothing more important than my awareness, your awareness, and building out whatever it is that's seeking to come alive in you. All right, number two, reason number two, that having a dream where you need support, and I gotta remember what is the name of, what do we call this? 3 reasons why needing help is actually a good thing. It's because your dream is expansive to a point where you can't do it on your own. What I realize is that I don't ever want to dream that I can do alone. I don't ever want to think that small again. If I can do it on my own, I'm not thinking big enough. You're not thinking bold enough, expansive enough. And your growth and sense of satisfaction is directly correlated with the size of your dream. So when you, hey, Becky, you know this one. Becky knows how to dream big, bold, and expansively. And I am thrilled that I get to be one of the people that supports Becky along the way, as she raised her hand and said, I want support, and I want support at the highest level that you made available. And that I get to be the one, again, one of the many beautiful people in Becky's life. But if you think you can do it on your own, you are shortchanging yourself in the expansiveness of your dream, that you will not discover who you really are created to be. You will not discover the deep sense of fulfillment of what is it to tap into this reservoir of capability, this this lake of talent and your access to a stream of intelligence that's always available to you. If you can do it on your own, you will never have that sense of satisfaction of discovering an even greater sense of who you are created to be. We hold ourselves back when we dream something that you can do on your own. So the fact that you have a dream that is so expansive, that requires help, That's really good news, and congratulations. All right, so if you have a dream where you know you need help, or you have help, because you're willing to step out that boldly, that expansively, drop some thumbs up and some hearts in the comment section. And if you want my training notes and you want to know about my upcoming masterclass, put the word help in the comment section and we'll make sure that we get that to you. All right, number 3. Third reason why wanting help is a really good thing is because allowing yourself to be supported just makes things easier, and it makes things so much quicker. You literally collapse the amount of time from an idea into the manifestation. You know, people do things on their own. I am not gonna sit here and say that people don't do anything on their own. But my God, it's a struggle. It's hard work. It takes so much longer. When I look at where I was before I gave myself permission, when I gave myself the gift of a highly structured system of support and a highly calibrated mentor, and I see where I am now, I spent years struggling. I mean, years struggling in a particular area. And again, outside looking in, people couldn't figure it out because I wanted for nothing. I didn't need to do this thing. I didn't need to do it. And yet I couldn't live without it. And when I raised my hand and I saw that I was worth support, I was worth time, I was worth the person's attention, that I was a worthy person for this person, my mentor, Mary Morrissey, to take on, and that I was worth the continued investment, which, by the way, would pay for the last house we just sold. You know, I look at what's happened in my life, and it just kind of, sometimes it baffles me in how quickly it all transformed, and you know, where I was before this all happened, and where I was even when I got started in this whole personal development journey, and where I am now. I am forever grateful, not only for my mentor, but for the woman in me who was willing to not only take that first bold move, but to continue to raise my hand and allow that degree of calibrated support into my life. All right, so reason number 3. A reason for it being good news that that you're at a place to want help in your life. Let me go back to gotta remember the name. 3 reasons why needing help is actually a good thing. Another reason is because when you raise your hand and you say yes, it is amazing at the acceleration and the amplification of your results. All right. So if you're resonating with this and you can see it in your own life, or you want it, and I want you to hear me. I have, you know, of course, I would love if you reached out to me and said, oh, Felicia, I want to talk to you about what it would look like to work with you. But I have absolutely no attachment. I mean, Becky does a brilliant job at helping people build out businesses. And, you know, there's so many brilliant people out there doing this work. I don't care who you hook up with. Hook up with somebody because you deserve it. And if you want more information from me, put the word help in the comment section. We'll send you the training notes, and we'll also send you information on my upcoming masterclass. All right, so let's review. 3 reasons why needing help is actually a good thing. Number 1, you're in really good company. All successful people understand that if they're going to create what it is that they say they really want to create, they enroll support. They put help around them. So number 1, it's what all successful people do. And you are putting on the mantle of being a highly and even more highly successful person. Number 2 is, if you're like me, you don't want a dream that you can do on your own. You want to discover the full breadth of who you are and what you're capable of, and the full breadth of life that comes from allowing yourself to be supported. And number 3, is that it just makes things easier and faster. And so I realized that the whole time I've been speaking, there's this thing going across the bottom. Can you see me? And here's what I say to you. You can now see me and know that whatever the conversation is that's going on inside of your head around your dream, around your conditions, around whether or not you deserve support, whether or not you can afford it, whether or not it's the time for it, I stand with you as your partner in believing, seeing, and knowing the truth about you. I know you can see me now, and here's the deal. I'm looking you in the eye and saying and knowing I see you. I see the truth of you. All right, so if you want my training notes and information about my upcoming masterclass, put the word help in the comment section. And next week, I'll be back on live again, back at our regular time, getting ready to go speak to an amazing group of people in Las Vegas. And I would love to hear your takeaways from this. So it has been my joy to be your partner in believing. Your dream is my passion. My name is Felicia Searcy. God bless.